All right, next up, we get to a featured bout at 170 pounds, and seemingly money continues to pour in on Perth's own Jack Della Maddalena, minus 325. Randy Brown, despite the 4-fight winning streak, has swelled to a plus 270 underdog. And essentially, sportsbooks got to respond, Bri, right? I mean, when we sent out the odds for the show, Jack Della Maddalena was minus 300, now minus 3.25. 3-0 in the UFC, all in 2022, but a definite step up here for Jack Della Maddalena. Brian Petrie, don't worry, Ken Flo's leading the last 2 fights, but
no, we're good. We're good. Listen, Ken's got to close the show. He's got to clean up my mess I make. Listen, I know it's only 2 names, but I call him Jackie 3 names. This guy is really high on my list of guys I'm looking out for. I mean, his confidence in the pocket, just everything's effortless. I mean, it truly, truly is. And this is a perfect fight for him because Randy Brown is feeling himself right now. Randy Brown is on a 4-fight win streak, and he is loaded with confidence. He's starting to find his groove on the feet. He's 6'3", he's tall, he's lanky, has a little bit of a chin issue. His defense is starting to get better, but there's still a little bit of chin issue. And then against his last performance against Grandpa Trinaldo, Grandpa T out there, it was a lackluster performance to me. You know, out of his 4 wins, only 1 is by finish. I want to see a little more when you're 32 years old and you're a rising star, or you're at least getting that bubble treatment. And this is such a good fight for Jack because now we get to know what he really is about. Randy Brown can take you down. Randy Brown is the bigger guy here. Randy Brown can stay at distance and piece you up. How good is Jack Della Maddalena? I think he's pretty goddamn good. I'm going Jack Della Maddalena, but I think by KO as well. I think he's gonna touch Brown to the body, slow him down, 3rd round, late 2nd, 3rd round, slow him down, TKO and KO. The number's way too high. This was circle locked, right? I got to be careful now. I'm down some units, right? I got to be careful where I throw my locks around. So this is going to be not a lock for me, but pretty close to a lock. It's just a little high for me. But give me Della Maddalena by KO.
It's a little bit tricky with the price. I think largely it is rooted in something you touched on. Jack Della Maddalena, more prolific finisher in this equation, right? A lot of UFC experience for Randy Brown, 10 UFC wins, but seemingly, Kenny, at least to this point of the week, not something that people seemingly are backing at the window. Jack Della Maddalena here at home, huge pop when he walks out. What are your thoughts on Randy Brown and Della Maddalena here at welterweight?
And I believe that's going to be a factor in a positive way for someone like JDM here. I think that Randy Brown is a guy that I've been looking at for a very long time. Both of these fighters have so much potential. And the fact that they're facing each other, I think, is just tremendous matchmaking. So props to Sean Shelby and Mick Maynard here. So this is a tough one. From a betting perspective, this is almost as challenging as the main event here for me because I think Randy Brown can get it done with his length and his fight IQ. However, I've been kind of waiting to see even more from him. We've seen flashes of brilliance out of him. His last fight, as Brian mentioned, wasn't one of those where I was kind of wowed. I think that was an opportunity for him to wow the fans and kind of look like a star out there. He didn't. And that doesn't bode well for him because he's facing a guy who's a high-pressure fighter who knows how to move off that center line and land shots and angles and really confuse you. The jab is a problem if you don't know how to slip and move and counter. Jack Della Maddalena knows how to do just that. And if he's able to win impressively, or even get a stoppage over someone like Randy Brown, I think there's going to be some big fights in his future, and he's going to be someone who could someone we should be watching, and will fight for the belt in the future. So, awesome fight, but although he's kind of a big favorite here at minus 300, I like Jack Della Maddalena as well. Give me the Aussie.